Hello and welcome to the Louis Armstrong podcast here at Strayer University. I'm the host, Louis Armendariz, and I am working through some financial insights in terms of our content for today. So thank you for joining. To all of our followers on all the different social media platforms, appreciate the support, and we look forward to another great session here at Louis Armstrong Podcast Sessions. So one of the things I wanted to discuss today in terms of some research that we've done recently is around the stock market. I wanted to talk about the telecommunications industry, specifically wireless operators such as Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Dish. Lots of competition and lots going on in those wireless communications companies, especially right now that most of them are trying to build a 5G network. And it's really interesting to research some of the stock options and market prices that are happening out there. And so I wanted to take a few moments to just kind of discuss the three companies that I researched relative to financial insights, and that is the competition for Verizon, right, which is AT&T, T-Mobile, and Dish Network Corporation. It was interesting to research these three competitors in the sense that T-Mobile, right, it had the highest stock price at $115.62, followed by Dish at $33.58. And it was interesting, right? The bigger company in AT&T came in at $24.13, and made me kind of take a look and research a little bit of why that could be. The other interesting piece was that the market cap, right, for the three, when you took a look at AT&T, definitely led the pack on the market cap at $172.31 billion. That was followed closely by the T-Mobile at $144.415 billion and Dish at $17.75 billion. Dish being the smaller company, and so we expected AT&T to have the higher market cap based on the tenure that it has as a company, and then also the amount of sales, right, that company has as well. So very interesting there, right? And so a couple of things to consider here when we talk about these three companies is, number one, the AT&T stock price, right? We talked about it being on the lower end of the three companies. And although their market cap is the highest, right, which gives investors confidence in their ability to dominate the market, they don't seem to have a greater sales based on their current stock price. And so their financial health isn't likely in good shape. I do know that they have gone through several acquisitions that, have not done great. And so this could be a part of that reason as well, right? Interesting there. The other thing is that this was the only company with a forward dividend and yield and a high one as well. So this could be attractive to investors. However, there are other factors to consider, such as the company not looking to reinvest to grow and create more capital gains. And so this could be related to current financial health of the business, right, relative to the low stock price. So interesting that the bigger company in AT&T had the lower stock price. It really kind of paints a picture for what is going on there. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was just some analysis done on the T-Mobile company. So with T-Mobile, they had an explosion in sales, which can be seen from their current stock price, right? T-Mobile had the highest stock price out of the three companies, as I mentioned earlier. In addition, they have the second highest total market cap, which indicate a strong position in the marketplace. And so, their PE ratio, right, is high. However, this could mean that they are expected to see rapid future growth. And this company did have a forward and dividend. Did not have a forward and dividend yield, which is likely an indication that the data either hasn't posted yet for the given period, so that could be part of the reason. Lastly, the 52-week range fluctuates pretty heavily. Therefore, investors could potentially buy stocks at the lower and expect a good profit margin at the end of the year based on this range. So very interesting. T-Mobile has been in the news quite a bit. Their former CEO, John Ledger, has really made this Un-carrier brand, something to consider. And I think the stock prices and the investors are starting to really look at this company as one that is definitely making some noise in the marketplace. And then I'll wrap up with Dish's stock price, which was the second highest. However, ran low compared to T-Mobile and maybe undervalued a little bit. Dish is in the building. Dish is building the first standalone 5G network, that's hosted in the Amazon cloud with this open sort of radio access network infrastructure, which could mean healthy investment for investors, right? They're the only true 5G core that's being built from the ground up, leveraging cloud resources. So it'll be interesting to see how Dish performs moving forward and how that affects their stock prices in the future. Their 52-week range have potential for investors to earn profits since the stock price is currently low, and the high end makes room for profit. So, if this is coupled with their recent technology investments, there could be some benefits for investors here in the future for the Dish network company. So, very interesting research and interesting dynamic on all three of these wireless operators. And I thought it would be interesting to talk through that in today's podcast sessions. Thank you for the time there. Lastly, I wanted to kind of shift gears a little bit and talk a little bit about cryptocurrencies. I'm not a big fan of cryptocurrencies, but I do see the impact and I do see some of the value here that investors might have moving forward. And a couple things that I wanted to sort of touch on are three of the top cryptocurrencies in the marketplace when you look at total market cap. And so the three that I chose to discuss are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance Coin. Okay, those seem to be the top three from an overall market cap perspective. The top two in intraday price was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Binance came in at a negative. So we'll talk about that in a second. The current price for Bitcoin is the highest at $48,649.71. Ethereum came in at $4,009.93, and then Binance came in at $557.40. But when you look at the percentage change in price on each one of those, Bitcoin came in at a positive 1.28%, followed by Ethereum at a plus 17%. And at the end there was Binance Coin. They were actually in the negative at negative 1.66%. So a couple of things, right, that are interesting here are the fact that cryptocurrency it's been an explosion in the marketplace. There's a lot of investors that are taking a look at cryptocurrencies. There's also this concept of stable coins, right? And really the purpose of stable coins is to sort of manage some of the volatility in the marketplace relative to cryptocurrency, right? It's basically tracking the issues of more stable assets, such as traditional currencies. And these assets are designed to have, low price volatility, and they're also backed by stable assets in the U.S., such as USD and gold, right? So interesting in that sense. A couple questions if we had to consider would be, what would this impact? What would this have? Are businesses essentially ready for cryptocurrency? In a Deloitte study, I read that there was 2,300 businesses accepting Bitcoin in 2020. That's a good number of businesses that are looking to accept cryptocurrencies. And so it's just interesting to see the rise, right, in the amount of businesses that are probably going to take on this sort of payment acceptance. There are some benefits, right, for businesses in accepting this type of currency. One of those benefits are, some faster transactions. accepting cryptocurrency as compared to, credit cards. You've got faster transaction time, less chargebacks. You've got less fees to consider, right? Since these are decentralized digital currencies, not managed by any sort of bank. And so there are a number of benefits for businesses, to have this type of payment acceptance. So it was an interesting topic, an interesting class to say the least, around cryptocurrencies, businesses potentially leveraging them. And then, I'll end with, a question that was brought up in the podcast is, would you invest in cryptocurrency? Here's where I'm at with cryptocurrency. I feel that there's a lot still to consider there from an investment standpoint. It's definitely a boom and something to keep an eye on. But I do feel that it's a very volatile market. The fluctuation in cryptocurrency can be anywhere from 5% probe to 5% delta. And that's a pretty large percentage shift to consider as far as investing. I do feel that there are, some options like stable coins, which again are a little bit more stable and steady. And so there are some options there. I wanted to thank you guys for your time, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye.